solicitous, and he's really concerned about the fact that maybe I'm asphyxiating on this vitamin, and he's like, are you okay? Let's see what we can do. You know, if we bring you in, we can just go down and get it. But we have to take you in for liability stuff, so it's an ambulance ride. And I'm not really making enough money to just be jumping in ambulances, so I'm like, okay, well, what's the second option? He's like, well, we can wait it out. You know, we can heat up some salty warm water. He has a couple tricks. I say, yes, let's do that. Meanwhile, his partner is like, you have got to be kidding me. And I can see right away that he believes that I have called 911 because I am desperate for male company. Which is true, but I am also choking on a multivitamin. On that note, this is a letter that I wrote to David Eggers. I see still, do you guys read him? I think he's less popular than he used to be. Maybe we can read him. Some? Yeah, okay. He was like, I don't know, he was like a literary stud slash thug when I was first getting into lit. Pretty serious crush on dude. So I wrote this, I submitted it to him, and received a very cautious letter from the least important of his interns. Dear Mr. David Eggers, I hereby formally request your hand in marriage. I understand that you may be reluctant to accept such a request from a woman with whom you have had no previous contact. To answer such reluctance, I have itemized each of your concerns and addressed them in turn. Number 1, we are total strangers. My response, name one dear friend who did not begin at some point as a total stranger. Furthermore, marriage is between people who were never strangers. Brothers and sisters, for example, are fated to political turmoil and sickly children, and I would refer you to the Tudor family history for reference. Number 2, you are already married. My response, no you're not, I checked online. Number 3, I may not like you. Happily, I already like you. I liked you when your first book came out, even before the praise tornado, and the nominations, and the interviews. You are clever and attractive. And yes, Dave, I would deceive you if I didn't acknowledge that your unfortunate story contributed to my infatuation. But not because I dream of some desperate romantic consolation. I want to marry you, not adopt you, Dave. It's just that, well, I like the way that you hurt. I do not like that you hurt, because to hurt is not elective. Every loved creature will die. To suffer is the only sensible response. But you have developed a particular technique that is full of wit and tenderness and communion. Deciding how to arrange my face in the brief moments when my small world turns to see how I am taking this whole thing. And I think you found a damn good way to do it. Number 4, you may not like me. My response, I like you a lot. If you're like other human beings, this matters more than you may be inclined to publicly admit. Do not underestimate the enticement of being held in high esteem, Dave. It compliments the ego and soothes those death-obsessive self-doubts that pain you writer types. It feels good to be admired, and it's easy to like somebody who makes you feel good. Also, I am likable. Many people I am tall and pretty slender and expansive when I'm drunk, and I speak well if too much, and if there is a bottom to my sympathies, I have not plumbed it yet. In both good and bad times, I can be fine company. Yours truly, for now in an offhanded letter writing way, but soon I hope to be cemented in a socially binding contract. Dessa.